Hey guys, Neo Filthy Frank here. Now just to let you guys know, this video is going to be crap. It's going to be messy and unrehearsed. So I may sound a bit like Joe Biden at times. You see, I'm away from my precious copy of Premiere Pro, which I got on eBay illegally for about 10 bucks. Which is another tip. Never pay those ridiculous prices for software. You can mostly get them really cheap. Alright? So anyway, on to the main topic. Now, if we look at my 2019 videos, Neo Filthy Frank videos, retrospectively, or Season 0, as I like to call it, they weren't very good, alright? And it's funny because I could not see the cringe when I was making them. I'd be editing them, I'd be watching them, and I'd watch it all the way through, and I'd say, seems nothing wrong with this, seems good to me, and I'd send it in. But only now, after almost a year has passed, can I retrospectively see that yes, they were pretty cringeworthy. Alright? And there's lots of excuses made for me, like that it was ironic, or that's meant to be taken as satire, a satire of the Filthy Frank clones. And that's, for the most part, not true. It was true in a couple instances, but for the most part, it was a legitimate attempt at making good videos. So what went wrong? Alright, so listen up, guys. If you're a 14-year-old who wants to start their own super cool channel, and you don't want to end up like me, keep watching, and maybe these tips will be for you. Alright, where are we? Okay, so yes. Can it solely be blamed on ass-blasted 14-year-old fans of TV Filthy Frank 2? No, of course not. And I think the reason most people will give for my channel's cringiness will go something like, oh, you know, you had a bad camera, the editing was simplistic. There was the lack of Filthy Frank's editing quirks, you know, no intro or outro. And for the most part, I think that's sort of disingenuous. I think that's sort of false, all right? And for two reasons. One, all that stuff pertains to production value. And two, it pertains to how similar it is to Filthy Frank's content, all right? Now, I don't think that a lack of these things inherently produces cringe is the thing. There are many different types of offensive comedy. They don't all follow the Filthy Frank style. So cringe cannot come from not being sufficiently like Filthy Frank, is what I think. Now keep in mind, I'm not arguing against Frank-style comedy. I'm just saying the lack of a more specific imitation is not where the cringe comes from. So what is it then? Here we move on to the actual reasons. Isn't that exciting? All right. So for the answer, for the most part, that I found to be the answer is simple. I think 90% of it came from the fact that it sounded horrible, all right? I really can't do a Filthy Frank voice. And I certainly think that's the main reason, but that's others too. For example, screaming, when I did scream in the videos, I think that's generally a slippery slope into cringe unless you can pull it off well. And I think I went a little too hyperbolic with the sexual humor. Yeah. See, the thing is, I think Filthy Frank content itself is inherently a slippery slope into cringe. I mean, it's not like copying some guy who's out there making fishing videos, no. I mean, think about this. If some kid made Filthy Frank's videos, I mean, pretend Filthy Frank doesn't exist. Pretend the videos are exactly the same, everything is said exactly the same, but it's some 12-year-old kid. I think those videos would be inherently cringeworthy, at least to some extent. And the reason, I think, is because to make that sort of content and get away from it, you can't come across as inherently pathetic, all right? And I believe this happened in my case for two reasons. One, the aforementioned voice, which was bad and sort of, yeah, it was just crap. And two, the fact that I explicitly tried to characterize Neo Filthy Frank as very pathetic. You know, I didn't want to go for that whole thing where I present myself as really cool, you know, and everyone wants to think I'm cool and that sort of stuff. So I wanted to avoid that, but I guess I slipped too far the other way. So yeah, that's basically my take. Hopefully it didn't run too long. If you guys have any other theories or ideas on the matter, let me know. Again, sorry for the quality of this video, and bye.